Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you are a regular here. This is the continuation of the Idaho 4 series of readings, and as I promised in my last video, which was titled Important Update, I am going to reread Bryan Kohberger since he has made a guilty plea in court. He's claimed that he's guilty for all 4 murders. So I'm going to reread him. So I'm going to try and keep this to about 30 minutes, guys, only because I'm using my phone and it seems to give up on me after a 30-minute video recording. So hopefully that won't happen. So I'm going to start with some oracle cards. I'm doing it slightly differently this time because I've actually decided to try and find other ways to get messages other than using your typical oracle or tarot decks. I will be using tarot as well, but what I've done is I've actually selected some vocabulary cards because they have words on them and they can give messages. So the 2 vocabulary decks I'm using is this one, which is the Illustrated Vocabulary Flashcards by Wordier. And then there's also one here, which is Barron's 1100 words you need to know. They're flashcards. They don't have illustrations, but I don't need them. So, and then a couple of new oracle decks. One is The Power of Self-Direction. And the other one is Echoes of the Soul. Okay, so let's get going. I'm not going to use the clarifying life situations for this reading because I use that deck to delve into someone's psyche or personality when I'm reading them for the first time. So I don't need to do that for Bryan's reading. If you haven't already seen the first reading that I did for Bryan, then please go to the playlist and find, it should be the first reading in the list, Bryan Kohberger's reading, which was done last year. So let's start with I'm going to start with the deck, which is Echoes of the Soul Oracle deck. Now this comes in 2 halves. It comes in a written explanation. It also comes in the visual cards. But I've kept the written explanation because I just feel I'm going to get more out of that. Okay. So let's find out, Bryan, what's going on. Did you have anything to do with the unalivings? 1122 King Road on the 13th of November 2022. Okay, so there's a lot written on these cards and I'm going to pick out what I think is relevant. This first card is the Gateway of Knowledge. To show you that that is the title. The key themes of this card are enlightenment, curiosity, new horizons, intellectual growth, expanding perspectives, infinite potential. The message is the gateway of knowledge stands before you, beckoning you to step into a realm of infinite possibilities. Every question you ask, every curiosity you explore unlocks new doors to wisdom and growth. The pursuit of knowledge is not just about answers, it's about the transformative journey of discovery itself. Trust your curiosity to guide you to uncharted realms, where deeper understanding and fresh perspectives await. This card invites you to embrace your natural curiosity and explore areas of life that spark your interest. whether it's through books, conversations, experiences, or introspection. The journey toward greater understanding can open unexpected doors. The gateway of knowledge reminds you that learning is a lifelong adventure, and even the smallest steps towards enlightenment can shift your perspective and empower you. Approach this journey with wonder, patience, and an open heart, knowing that every insight you gain contributes to your personal evolution. Interesting, because at first I was thinking, oh my goodness, is it because he was so curious about criminal investigations before this happened that he couldn't help himself but be part of a real crime? But then as I read this, I feel like this is more about, it's almost like an opportunity for him that after he's pled guilty, he can then put his skills into practice, into making or proving why he's innocent while he's in jail. It's like I actually get to unravel a case that's actually my own. It's almost like it, I'm not saying it excites him, but if there's anything he's positive about or feels positive about or, wants to get his teeth stuck into, then it is exactly this. The next card is the Raven's Judgment. The key themes are shadow work, consequences, accountability, transformation, self-forgiveness, and lessons from the past. The message: the Raven watches, a silent witness to the choices that shape your path. Its presence asks you to confront the shadows of your past, those actions, decisions, or moments left unresolved. The weight of these shadows may feel heavy, but within them lies the potential for transformation. Accountability is not a punishment, but a liberation, a chance to learn, grow, and reclaim your power. The Raven's Judgment reminds you that only through acknowledgement can you rewrite the story and embrace the freedom that follows. This card calls for introspection and honesty. It asks you to reflect on past actions and decisions that may still linger in your thoughts. Perhaps you feel guilt, regret, or uncertainty about how to move forward. The Raven's Judgment does not bring blame, but offers an opportunity for healing through accountability and self-awareness. By acknowledging your missteps and making amends, whether with others or yourself, you transform the shadows into lessons that empower your journey. Trust that in facing these truths, you create space for renewal and freedom. Interesting. Is this indicating that he had something to do with it? Is it indicating that he had something to do with it? It says the Raven's Judgment reminds you that the past need not define you, but it does hold wisdom when you're willing to face it. By acknowledging and understanding your shadows, you step into your power to create a brighter and more intentional future. This process is not about perfection, but about growth, resilience, and the courage to embrace your truth. What truth does the Raven's Judgment reveal for you today? How will you use it to transform your path forward? I mean, that seems quite damning, to be honest. But let's keep going with these cards. So I'm going to continue with the Power of Self-Direction deck. One thing I know is that if he was involved, he certainly wasn't alone. That's for sure. So this card says sleep mentality, maintaining balance and a resilient mind. That pill looks... Well, that pill is jumping out at me. We've also got resilience manifestation, bounce back from setbacks and emerge stronger, phoenix rising from the ashes. It's really odd. I mean, those first two cards seem to scream guilt, and these cards seem to scream I don't know, what do they scream? Do they scream that he's not guilty? Does this situation make me feel like he's been brainwashed or coerced, or is he actually guilty in some way? It's such a strange situation. When the first thing he said when he was arrested was, is there anyone else? Like, he didn't question his arrest, but he questioned the fact that nobody else had been arrested. But then he also said, I don't know what his words were, but something about, I'm looking forward to being exonerated. Like, he was convinced that he was going to be found innocent. Which is, if you're on the spectrum, you don't say things like that unless you mean it, unless you believe it. It's so weird. It's almost like if, for instance, for example, he had anything to do with this, then he has been coerced into doing it right from the beginning, and he has been told right from the beginning, whatever happens, don't worry, you won't be found. You know, it's like this will not, you'll not go down for this. It's like he's been absolutely reassured that whatever happens, he will be looked after, protected, and he won't be found guilty. It's like all of this was expected, and then at the last minute, it's backfired on him. I don't know. I'm not saying that he's the one that did it. I'm not saying that, but there's something odd already. It already feels odd. So let's have a look at these. These are the vocabulary cards. I have to stay as open-minded as possible, guys. I cannot be, keeping one narrative in my mind. I have to be, at this stage, I have to be open-minded. The 2 cards from this vocab deck, very first one is very interesting, and it's entice. There's some keywords on the back. It says, a piece of cheese was placed on the mousetrap in the hopes of enticing the rodents into it. Is he the cheese or is he the mouse? The synonyms are tempt, lure, and coax. Definition, to attract or persuade someone to do something, especially by offering something nice. So, was he enticed into doing this? The next card is suburb. His family lives in a wealthy suburb just outside, this is an example. His family lives in a wealthy suburb just outside of Cape Town. I'm not saying it does, it's just an example. Etymology. Urban derives from the Latin for city, sub means near to, in this case. So, near to. Synonyms, fringes, outskirts. To me, that means he was something to do with this, but he wasn't the main player. He was on the fringes of this, or the outskirts of it. Okay, let's do, this is the Places Oracle. So this first card is home. Comfort, familiarity, security, belonging, personal space. The next card is bench. Rest and relaxation, seating, comfort, pause and ponder. I mean, that bench could be in legal terms. Entirely not too sure what to make of the home card. This last deck is another vocab deck, so let's just see what we get from this. Okay, I've got 3 accidentally, but of course I'll read all of them. First one is loathe. And underneath it's internecine. Loathe, to admit defeat. To admit defeat. The Cougars fought on, though effectively beaten. Internecine, destructive to both sides in a conflict. After Carthage fell, only internecine class struggle weakened ancient Rome. The next card, unstinting and thrifty. Unstinting. The team owner was unstinting in his praise of the new coach. Unstinting also meaning generous. Thrifty, careful about spending and waste. Survivors of the Great Depression formed a lifetime habit of being thrifty. See, that unstinting to me is about, it was relentless. It feels like he was being relentlessly coerced in some way. And then venerable and patriarch. Venerable, respected and admired. The athletic director, recognising the fans' devotion to the venerable old coach, kept him on long past the point when he could be truly effective. Patriarch, which is another word for male elder. The patriarch of the Corleone family commands both fear and admiration. So someone, to me, those 2 words is about someone who is respected and admired and is a male elder, has a lot to do with this. And is that the person that coerced Bryan in the first place, if he's involved? Did Bryan have a sense of importance because he was chosen for something? I still don't think he did it. I don't understand why I'm getting these cards. But let's do some tarot. So let's find out about these first 2 cards, which seem to indicate he has got something to do with it, with the Gateway of Knowledge and the Raven's Judgment. Is it just that he has guilty knowledge? Is he actually not directly involved, but he has guilty knowledge? Four of Cups reversed. And the 8 of Swords reversed. So the 4 of Cups reversed is releasing attachment. It's like he's removing himself from this. It's like, this is my opportunity to be released. And the 8 of Swords in reverse is the same thing. It's freedom from being trapped or being constricted in the weirdest way, because obviously he's not. He's going to be going to jail for the rest of his life. But to him, it's freedom. There's something more to this. It's like, this raven's judgment. Is he the raven? Is he the one? Because he has the knowledge he can use once he's in jail that he can't use unless he's in. It's like if he went through this case as a trial, the outcome of that at the end is either that he's going to be found innocent, or he's going to be found guilty and put to death. And even if he's found innocent, does he then have the platform to actually tell his story and be heard? This way, to him, it feels like I'm in jail. I get to spend time putting my case together, or putting a case forward that otherwise wouldn't be seen or considered. Maybe. The sleep mentality, maintaining balance and a resilient mind, clarified by the Tower. This is allowing him to sleep again. What's happened with the fact that he's now pled guilty, it's almost like someone's told him, do you realise the peace of mind you'll have from this? Just knowing that your life is no longer at stake. Just imagine all of those sleepless nights you've had. Imagine not having to worry about that anymore. Imagine not being in fear anymore. Imagine how that feels. Imagine what a light relief that will be. I feel like someone's told him that. Resilience manifestation, clarified by the Six of Wands reversed. Bounce back from setbacks and emerge stronger, phoenix rising from the ashes. Six of Wands in reverse is the opposite. It's failure. It's not winning the fight. It's being defeated. So this is about him bouncing back from feeling defeated. Right, so now we've got entice and suburb. Ten of Cups, which is the family card. This is about his family. And I'm linking that with the suburb card. So his family, and that suburb means near to, the fringes or the outskirts. He's worried about his family. There's something here about his family. He's protecting his family. That's part of the reason why he's done it. Entice. Clarified by the Four of Wands. A piece of cheese was placed on the mousetrap in the hopes of enticing the rodents to it. The Four of Wands is... this is something to do with his home, because the Four of Wands again is about the home. It's about his family home, his parents' home, the home that he was brought up in. And this entice card is again about tempting or luring the rodent, enticing the rodents towards his home. I think he was threatened, or his family were threatened. And the next card is also home. clarified by the magician. The master manipulator. The master manipulator who is manipulating him into thinking or believing something. If he doesn't do the right thing, if he doesn't plead guilty, then they can't guarantee the safety of his family. If he, if the trial goes ahead and evidence is presented, he's putting a lot of people in danger. Bench. This feels like the league of the bench. You present, you approach the bench in a court. Clarified by the Seven of Wands reversed. It's like he has no defence. He's been made to feel that he has no defence. And then these last three cards is loath, unstinting and venerable. Sorry, there's also internecine, thrifty and patriarch. Loath, clarified by the Queen of Wands. So that internecine, which means destructive to both sides in a conflict, is something to do with the Queen of Wands. But it also means, with the Loath card, to admit defeat. The Cougars fought on through, though effectively beaten. So that to me is about Anne. She fell. She was weakened. Unstinting and thrifty, clarified by the Queen of Swords reversed. The team owner was unstinting in his praise of the new coach. Thrifty, careful about spending and waste. Survivors of the Great Depression. Queen of Swords reversed. That's about deceit or speaking untruths. Who's been speaking untruths unstintingly? Venerable and patriarch, clarified by judgment. So again, these words, venerable, respected and admired. That's the judge. The athletic director, or let's call him the judge, recognising the fans' devotion to the venerable old coach kept him on long past the point when he could be truly effective. Patriarch, male, that's him, the male elder. Commands both fear and admiration. But then again, I did think that card was something to do with him being coerced by an elder. I don't believe he's been coerced by the judge. But he's definitely had it pumped into him about how he will be judged. The other thing I've always wondered, and I've actually seen any evidence of, is when Bryan was arrested, was he interrogated? Was he pulled in for an interrogation? You would think he would be. Isn't that normal procedure when someone's arrested? There's been no evidence of it. Or surely they can't just arrest him and say, that's it, end of. We're not questioning you. We don't need to. We've decided. I don't know how it works in America, but as far as I know, you have to arrest someone, you have to question them before you can then, what's the word? Isn't that the procedure? It is over here. Guys, I'm gonna pull a couple more cards just to finish this off. Let's do this one. Vocab cards, they're quite good. It's still very confusing, but there's more it's not as simple as him just being innocent of all involvement. Well, that's what I will say. I think there's something going on here. He's been pulled into something, that's for sure, but to what level, I don't know. It's almost like he was given a task to undercover. You are now an undercover agent and you have to do this, that or the other. I feel like there's some connection to him applying to work for that police. I don't know. I just can't see him actually carrying out an actual stabbing. So we've got elaborate and spectacle. Elaborate. Wow, and spectacle. Elaborate. The man wore an elaborate sequined headdress to the carnival. Synonyms: intricate, ornate, decorated, detailed, embellished. Definitely embellished. Definition 1, extremely detailed with a complicated design. And it says, I'm not sure what you mean. Please could you elaborate? Definition 2, to give more detail about your idea or statement. So elaborate, is that another word for make things up? Spectacle. Hundreds of people gathered to watch the magnificent fireworks spectacle. Synonyms: display, show, performance, extravaganza. Etymology. The root spect derives from the Latin for to look. Definition: an impressive and exciting visual event. It's almost like he was excited by the fact that it was such a show, such a performance, that he was the main event. It's almost like he's living a fantasy, or he doesn't even know it's real. I don't know. It's really weird. I keep seeing that image of him with his thumbs up, like, I did it, I'm a good boy, well done me. I don't know, but I still don't think it's because he just literally brutally unalived 4 people alone. I don't know. You guys are going to have to tell me what you think of this, because it's putting a whole new spin on things for me. Again, I'm not saying he's 100% guilty of what happened, but there is something going on here. And as I said, I have to keep open-minded. This is the beginning again, guys, and we are going to carry on reading what's going on here. I've got, my mind is spinning between, has he been coerced into enticing someone to the scene? Not even that. But whatever's going on here, his plan is to basically spill everything after he's incarcerated. I just hope he's safe. Or I hope he's found a way of doing it safely. That's the only thing that worries me. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this video does behave, and I'm not completely out of sync now. If I am, I do apologise. I've been trying to use my phone because I think the image quality is better. But obviously, if it compromises audio and visuals together, then I'm going to have to go back to using a webcam. Thank you, guys. As always, thank you for your love, your support, your encouragement and your engagement that I return to you tenfold. I'll see you next time. Enjoy the journey.